Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Legion and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Legion's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Legion's going to come home with his own training collar, and you're going to be taught to use that properly during your follow-up training session tomorrow. Now, he's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the heel. The command is Legion heel, and at this point he has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking. No more dragging you down the street, but walking nicely next to your left leg, and each time that you stop walking, he's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So when you're walking with him and you stop to cross traffic or talk to someone on the street, he should be able to hold that sit and wait for you to tell him what you want him to do next. And I think this in and of itself for him is a great job. He's come a long way with this healing and automatic sit. He tries very hard to please, sometimes to a fault, where he will start doing exercises without you. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit-stay, when you're practicing at home, you can practice indoors as well as outdoors, is for about 15 seconds, working up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him, returning right back to where they started. And at this point, Legion expects to get another command. So it's all about self-control, focus, maturity, able to control himself for longer and longer periods of time. So you can practice these exercises indoors as well as outdoors. We do them outdoors for the sake of the video because it gives us more room, of course. It's your sit-stay again. Now this time, instead of returning all the way back to Legion, Rich is going to call him, and this is the recall. It's Legion come, and he should come right in front of you and sit nicely facing your knees. So no more jumping on you, running at you. He should come and sit. He really is a cute dog, and he does try very hard to please you. Nice healing skills. Healing is doing really well. He turns when Rich turns. He matches pace with his trainer. And when Rich stops, he should sit. If he doesn't sit, Rich will tell him no, sit.
Stay.
He leaves him again in another sit, stay.
No, stay.
You saw Rich tell him no, stay. And Rich is going to call him in again. And he comes right in and he sits nicely. And you can see that he's looking at Rich for approval and attention and trying to anticipate.
Legion heel.
So they go back to healing. And remember, everything starts and stops at that heel position. So when you do anything from heel position, you have to tell him what you expect him to do, whether it's stay, down, heel. You have to tell him what you want. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with him seated next to you, you take your left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay when you're practicing at home right in your living room, start out at about 30 seconds and work all the way up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, again, he walks all the way around him, returning all the way back to his shoulders, and he held that stay, and then Rich praised him, so he knew that that was a release, and they start healing again. And whenever you're struggling also at home to get him to do a particular exercise and you're getting flustered, heal him out of it and go back to doing something easy, and then attempt to do it again. Nice sit, down. See, he wants to be on top of you. He's very loving. He leans on your legs, he sits on your feet. Now this time Rich will call him out of that down stay. We keep that tone kind of low so that he doesn't come barreling in too excited. And then he goes back to heel, back sitting. If he doesn't sit, it's no sit. And the very last exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is your down from a distance, which is a little bit harder exercise. So with the dog seated at your left, you leave him in a stay, you turn to face him, you're going to use your right hand to give the command.
No, down.
He makes it as hard as he possibly can. So Rich is going to heal him out of this, and he's going to make him do it again, because he does it, he knows it.
Stay. Down. Down. Stay.
Now that was just him being fresh, as you can plainly see. So he's still got that side to him as well. Now we have demonstrated for you his healing, his automatic sits, his sit stay, his down from a heel, down from a distance, and his recall. These are the commands that you're going to be working with him at home. You're going to get a private lesson tomorrow to teach you everything that he's learned and get him doing these commands for you. He's challenging, but he is a nice dog. We've enjoyed having him, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.